So Alfonso Cuarón just came out with a great little sound bite, which was it takes either 3 weeks or 30 years to write a movie. Nothing in between. I love this. This is exactly right in my experience. I don't know how it's been for you, but it either takes 3 weeks to write a movie or 30 years to write a movie. This is what happens. And let me explain what he's saying and why. First of all, a movie is a mountain of a task. Writing a screenplay can seem extremely difficult. The more you think about it, the longer it's going to take. The more you stress over it and try to make it perfect, the closer it's going to inch towards that 30-year mark. But if you strike while the iron's hot, you can write a screenplay in 3 weeks or less, as I will tell you how to do in another video. What Cuarón's saying is when you have an idea and momentum and a personal momentary passion to get a script written, you can write that script in 3 weeks or less. However, if you're trying to write the perfect script, make the perfect movie, or even just something incredible, you could easily spend 30 years trying to pull it together. Uh, I have faced this very problem. I came up with a movie called Blind Stitch, and I came up with this idea. It wasn't 30 years ago, but it was 23 years ago. When I was 13 years old, I came up with this idea. This proved to be both the foundation of my career and also my biggest downfall as an artist so far, because it's taken me this long mulling it over, writing draft after draft after draft, throwing drafts in the garbage and doing page one rewrites, etc., etc. Now, I've written literally 7 drafts. 3 of those are fully, completely different movies. So, insane. And then what did I do? I wrote a novel of it and a television pilot of it. Yet still to this day, I don't have a single screenplay that I can point to and say, let's go make that movie. So I'm inching towards 30 years. Cuarón's estimate of 30 years may be spot on by the time I actually make the movie. Whereas my film Lies Without a Face, coming soon, horror classic, uh, we threw the perfectionism out the window. We had a goal, which was to make a movie fast. And so what did I do? I put the blinders on. I didn't think. Thinking is the greatest enemy of creation. Thinking gets in the way of doing. Ugh, just chew on that for a minute. Think about it. Don't think about it, just do it. What? Um, I wrote my movie Lies Without a Face in 2 weeks because I wasn't trying to make something great. I wasn't even trying to make something good. I was just trying to make something. And inherently in the creation of that act, with time and pressure applied, I was able to get to the finish line. And when I handed it to my friends and families and colleagues who have read my other stuff, I said, this is a silly, stupid script. I tried to write the dumbest thing I could think of. What did they all say to me? Guess. Alex, this is the best thing you've ever written. Come on now. um, because we had a rushed production schedule and we were looking to just make a movie, I'll explain that in another video. I got it done. We had a script. We didn't dwell on it. I didn't bring in a team of people to talk about how it could be better. We didn't do any coverage. No, nothing. None of that stuff. None of that, oh, the character relationships could be amplified by putting in an opening scene here or there. No. We just went for it. And as a result, it contained passion. It contained heat. We're artists. And as artists, we're human beings. And as human beings, our emotions, our excitement are here one moment and there the next. Now, if you try to create a perfect project, your emotions are going to be here as you're creating the project. And by the time you're in a, I don't know, as you've continued to work with the project, you've become a different person, yet the same project is still there that you're trying to finish. This is where you get fudged. This is where you end up questioning everything. And as your personal self keeps changing, the material has to change to catch up with you. And it will never catch up with you. Whereas, if you write it fast, if you get into it, go for it, use your passion, your heat, get it down on the page, you can contain that inner human flame, that spark that gets you to the finish line. Not only that, it's going to be expressive. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be unpredictable in a way that can only be achieved by moving fast. You will have captured that little piece of you at that time in history. The alternative is development. It's years and years of wanting to make this big thing happen, putting all your effort into it. You read the script again a year later and you're a different person. So you're going to have to make the changes to keep up with who you are at the moment. And that's how you end up taking 30 years to make a project. So Cuarón, man, when I saw him say that, I thought, this dude, he's speaking directly to me. I'm sure he's speaking directly to some of you. And I hope that you can consider that perfection is the enemy of good. Maybe you got a 30-year movie in you. Maybe one day that movie will get made. Good for you. I got a 30-year movie in me. Eventually Blind Stitch is going to get made. I made it as a short film. Got to make it as a feature. That's going to happen. But, you know, you can also go out and make stuff. Make stuff, make stuff, make stuff. Fast, passionate, pure, punk rock. We look at our favorite musicians and we always say, I like their older stuff better. Why? Their older stuff was probably less considered, probably more off the dome, probably more naive, less intentional, and more passionately expressive. Now, those passionately expressive movies are what I like to see. I like a punk rock spirit. You might too. You might like perfectionism. I know David Fincher ain't doing it that way. But Cuarón, you look at that guy and he's made some powerful works of art. And you can probably look at his projects and know which ones were the 3-weekers and which ones were the 30-yearsers. Which do you prefer? I think I know what I prefer. But what are your thoughts on Cuarón's revelation? Have you been in this same situation? Do you have a 3-week script and a 30-year script? Has this been helpful to you at all? Sound off in the comments. And don't forget to watch these delicious videos. I love that video right there. You haven't lived until you watch that video right there. And then this video, that's gonna blow your brain, baby. Okay, like and subscribe. Don't make me tell you again.